Hi everyone, this is Heidi with Battle Maiden Crafts. In this video, I'm going to show you how I cut a straight edge on a leather side. This is an oil tan leather side, and I need to make a strap without strap cutter because I don't have one. So I figured out this cool trick you can do. So I have placed my leather on the floor over a rug, as you can kind of see, and then I push my cutting mat up against the rug so it's always in the same position and straight. So I've placed my knife in the previous cut that I made before I decided to make this video, and then I line up the vertical side of the ruler facing me against the cutting mat. So the mat is pushed against the rug and the ruler is lined up on the edge of my cutting mat. So every time I make a cut, it's perfectly straight and lined up exactly how the last cut was. So here I am again, I'm pushing the mat up against the rug, making sure it's not going underneath or anything, and then I put my blade of my knife into my last cut right there, and then line up the side of the ruler with the cutting mat. And when everything is perfectly lined up, I make my cut and then I move on to the next one. One thing to mention is you don't want the cut to be right up against your rug because you don't want to cut your rug. So I did my first cut about a ½ inch away from the rug, and after you made your first cut, if you put your blade into the cut part when you're lining up your ruler and mat and everything, you won't have to worry about cutting the rug because you push your ruler up against your blade to make sure it's in the right spot, and everything will always cut straight and everything. Don't cut your rug, please, and if you do, it's not my fault. But that's how I do it, and I hope that you find this helpful. I know that I was struggling a lot getting a nice straight line on my sides because they're never cut straight when you get them. So if you have a strap cutter, when you're done making the straight line, you can just take the strap cutter and make a perfect strap in no time on that straight line you just made. Or if you don't have a straight line or a strap cutter, like I do not have I do not have a strap cutter, so I will be using this method again to cut another straight line off of my straight line to make a beautiful strap, and it'll actually be the same width all throughout, unlike every other strap I've made. I have not made a nice one yet, and I plan to get a strap cutter soon so I can do that. But this method of getting a straight line on your leather is easy. You don't need any special tools except the 90-degree angle ruler thing, whatever it's called, and a knife and a cutting mat. And you see my cutting mat is so small, and I just don't have very much equipment yet. It's expensive getting into any kind of craft, and I'm still pretty new to it. So again, I hope that this was helpful for other people out there like me who really just getting those straight lines is a struggle. It's a struggle. So here I'm finishing up my last cut. Hooray! And then I'm going to go through and make sure it's cut all the way through on the whole thing, which if you use a really sharp knife, new blade, or sharpened knife, that's not really a problem. This one I sharpened up a little bit before I did this, and surprisingly most of it cut all the way through. It's just little tiny bits hanging on here and there, so it worked out pretty nice. And hooray, look at that beautiful straight cut. I'm so happy with it. I was celebrating a little bit, but you couldn't see. But once again, there's my rug. I wanted to show you guys. And I push the mat up against the rug, and then I put my ruler up against the edge there, like I showed you in the last 8 minutes. Hopefully my explanations are good enough, but thank you for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I hope that this helped you out.